Alright, alright. I'll leave already. Sorry, I'm just having trouble with my mixer. It still says like 1 minute. It hasn't been 1 minute yet. I think it's broken. It's broken. Is it broken or shall I move it? Or should I have chat open? That's a weird place for my thing to be there. I don't think it can do this. It's weird. Sorry, I have technical difficulties. I don't know how long I've been on. But I haven't been on for a minute yet. Maybe for a minute already, but when it started, it wasn't a minute. Because it should have been at 0. I think it's frozen that way. Move back to where I have it already. I'm just gonna freaking live with it. I'm gonna live with the fact that my broadcast little box in the corner will say 1 minute when I'm done. It'll say 1 minute when we're halfway through. It'll say 1 minute when I haven't started yet. Sorry, I'm just having trouble with technical stuff, but it shouldn't get in the way of my stream right now. And what is this stream? Have you seen the title? All right, I'll leave already. Well, I'm leaving on a jet plane. At least that was the idea. But I am leaving. Where am I going? I'm going to Hawkins Gap. Hawkins Gap. Put that there. Hawkins Gap. I'm going to rendezvous with the DSSA Ironside. And yes, that means I have to leave the comfort of this hangar. This wonderful hangar. A hangar with no windows. I can't see the frameshift sequence into hyperspace. Into which space? In the DSSA Kraut. Frontier. Would you add that if you can? And it's still 1 minute. Oh, I think. I have to live with it. I have to live with it. At least I have EDSM on. Here's one thing before I launch out of here. If you go on EDSM, they have POI's list. That's a point of interest. It's, you know, like geosites, biosites, abandoned sites, megaships, notable stellar phenomena, and you know, like stellar stuff, like black holes and all that. POIs. But on the POIs list are the DSSA fleet carriers that have already reached their destination in their chosen region of the galaxy, and EDSM will track when you visit there. Off camera, I did a jump out and jump back in so that, you know, EDSM tracks my flight log. And well, I was looking for my name in the visitors list, but it wasn't there. So I had to do the skadoosh. Now let's skadoosh out of here, because wait, before I do that, reaching for my phone, which has EDSM right now. Nice. Just do this. Paste it. Ooh. All right. Bear with me. I am gonna add a system to plot. Oh, before I do that, too, I have other stuff to do. So I'm not leaving just yet, but I will pretty soon. RY just go to the trouble and add a hyphen there. RYB B4 1-1. Let's go. Alright. Let's just add that as a bookmark. And then I'll go to my bookmarks. Look for Plaik or Plaik. I don't know how you pronounce these names. Procedure generated names, procedure generated galaxy. I can understand how the galaxy looks, like, you know, how the stars look, how the surfaces on planets look, but I cannot understand for the longest time who makes these names, man. At least make it more like at least make it more, you know. Oh, the Obsidian got a new video. That's the vibration right there. Alright, I'm gonna put DSSA. Wouldn't bother with the caps and lower cases because in game it's all in caps. Side. Alright, and save that. Alright, and come back there for later. Let's go carrier services. And it's still 1 minute on this box. Mixer! What's going on, guys? Maybe I have to reset my Xbox, but I don't want to do that. Hopefully it's streaming right now. Hopefully anybody who comes in, it's streaming and it's not choppy or anything, because I really hate that stuff. Let's see. Where is it? Outfitting. Yeah, it's so hard to get used to this thing. Maybe I'll do the paint too. So I have an empty space that's class 4, and I'm not going to put SRVs in it. I'm going to put the cargo rack. There you go, Rudy. 34,000 in your bank account. Alright, so I think that's it. No, I don't need that. Wonder if, wait. Oh yeah, it doesn't have AX mod, my AX hardpoints. I want a firework launcher, but I can't. Seismic charge launcher, that would be pretty cool. But I need a pulse wave analyzer. And according to Rudy on his forum post, he did not get any pulse wave analyzers, and he was supposed to get it. Frontier Y. Okay. Well, now I have cargo racks. Now I shall buy some cargo. I'm gonna buy some tritium. Buy. And I'm gonna buy a full cargo rack. That's $1 million for you, Rudy.
Cargo hold at maximum capacity.
This will lower my jump range, but it's okay, because I still have 45.87 light years. Alright. Oh my gosh! Oh, what? Bought a commodity from another commander's carrier. That is so scary sometimes, man. Wearing headphones and getting one of those diamond achievements. Ugh, yeesh. Alright. And then at the Ironside I'm gonna donate it. That's what I'm gonna do. Okay, so let's see, before I go, I'm gonna repair everything, including the paint work. Alright. Even though it didn't look like it was chipping or anything. Everything's all good to go. Yep, I only have one SRV, but that's fine. Refuel is 100%. Okay. Oh, I just realized something, man. there is a way to donate credits to a fleet carrier. And that's this. First you go to commodities market. You must have a cargo rack first. So you can buy commodities, store them in your ship temporarily, and then go to your tritium depot. You must have tritium as a commodity. And now you can donate tritium for free. That means I bought 1.2 million credits of tritium. So that was that exchange. Now I'm giving back his tritium that I just bought for free. Should have done that earlier. Let me see if it works. Whoa, wait. Oh no. Wait, huh? Oh, it doesn't work. Okay. Confirmed it. Hey there, do you have anything to donate to the DSSA Kraut? What? That sucks. I have, see, look. I have 16 tons of tritium. Does it have to be registered to me? Oh no. That should have worked. But it doesn't. I have to live with it. Okay. So, before we launch, we're gonna go back to Galaxy Map. Shoot. That should have worked. For real. For really though. Okay. Go to my bookmark called DSSA Ironside. I didn't get to look how many. We are almost 8,000 light years away. Alright, so before we plot it, we're gonna put fastest routes, then we're gonna use jet cone boost. It's my jump range because I have 16 tons of tritium in here. Wonder if it will. Well, if it won't work. So my thinking was that this is sort of like roleplay-ish kind of explanation. So I bought 16 tons of tritium. And so on a like the metadata, you know how pictures have metadata, it's like things that the computer can read, but it's not actually on the image itself. I would say the metadata on the canisters that has the tritium inside will be like this. So like R1Z, Romeo 1 Zulu, Danny Vega bought 16 tons of tritium. And on this metadata, the seller was DSSA Kraut. Okay? And then I went to go to the tritium depot and can I donate this? But they came from this carrier. I think there's they should just I'm gonna talk to Rudi about that. But I think he won't buy he won't accept a donation that came from the storage. But another carrier or another station could buy that tritium because it didn't come from their storage facilities. I think that's the explanation right there. Okay, I'm gonna remind myself to tell Rudi. Where's my notes? Tell Rudi about commodity, the T hyphen donation loophole of tritium. Okay, alright, we're all good. Now we can plot. Let's plot. This is gonna take a while. Maybe I'll just launch in the meantime. So we're gonna be exploring once again. Once again, we're gonna be leaving. I think we should do the a flyby, one last flyby before we leave.
Landing clamp disengaged. Restrict speed until clear of our carrier.
Roger that. Flight control. This is the Kitsune Maru Mark II. We are launching from the pad right now. Flight control. We'll do a fly around. Stand by. There's no pads around me, so I don't really need to be careful. But I shall salute. That was close. I don't know what I was doing there. That was super close, dude. This is a large ship, mind you. It's not the Imperial Eagle. Right. Alright, so we're gonna do... I wanna go over pads. Sort of, but not be in range to get a loiter warning. Alright, and let's hide the UI. Hopefully this is streaming, man. It would suck if I didn't have it streaming. Maybe I'll check the mixer. Alright. Okay, it looks like a turtle, but it's a quite elegant turtle. Let's get more of the nebula in there. Or let's get more of the... Ooh, yes. Sorry, I was just taking a moment of silence as I did the flyby. The DSSA Kraut. It's been my home for like about, not home, but like a home away from home, or a home away from home. Because the bubble isn't my home. The name has to be in there. Alrighty. I'll probably just edit my voice out, just snip a clip from this stream, and hopefully the stream is working right now, dude. It would suck if it's not recording right now, because it's not telling me it's recording. But there you go. That's the DSSA Kraut. Farewell. We are leaving the NGC 3199 sector and the nebula. It was a good stay, but there's more stuff to discover out there. I'm not ending the stream yet. You guys are still with me, right? Oh, that looks so cool. Okay. At least we're still in mass lock, so I'm not out I can't see it from one last time.
Frameshift drive charging.
G-Tour star. Oh yeah, we still have the filter.
All clear. Until next time, Commander.
The filter where it says, oh, these stars you haven't visited, so we're gonna take them. Hopefully this works.
Oh, I just got a follower.
Okay, it looks like I am streaming. Looks like I am
System
streaming
scan
and it's
complete.
really good. But I don't wanna be on Mixer at the same time looking at my stream. I wanna be focusing on this, well, focusing on my flying, because I have one too many experiences running into a star. Either I'm sleepy or I'm looking at Instagram.
Frameshift drive charging.
That was 2 bodies, right? Yeah. So on to the next. And it's good because it's a red dwarf star. It's scoopable. Excuse the languages you don't know. That's just me gibberish. It's like it's a common occurrence in me doing that. Wow, dude. I didn't know there was an achievement like that. I guess they put in more achievements because of fleet carriers. And I got the long distance courier service. I wonder what that looks like. The image gives you. Because they do some like high quality images you can use as backgrounds once you get a achievement. Alright, looks like somebody else already been here. Let's just get some fuel. Alrighty then. Alrighty then. Man, I can't believe this thing is broken. Oh, Drokoe sector. I've been here before. How many things? Did I say frack? Not the other word? The one that rhymes with duck? Can't say that, right? 19 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Oh, wait, I think I've been here before. Yeah, I've been there, just never discovered everything.
Drive charging.
That's a 45 light year jump. Even with 16 tons of tritium in my hold, I only lost 2 light years on my jump. Which is...
4, 3, 2.
I think we'll just log down with EDSM. It's fine. You don't have to have EDSM on well, you need it on if you want to discover like Earth-like worlds, water worlds, ammonia worlds, or terrestrial rocky bodies. No, terraformable rocky bodies. That's the distinction. Okay, looks like I have to get out of here. I have to get out of, well, I don't know. I think somebody just jumped into the system. Because you did see 2 stars, right? You did see 2 stars, and you see another star that just popped out. I don't know. Let's see. Yep. Someone's been here before. Honked it, maybe, but hasn't discovered anything. Alright. My first throttle down of the stream. Okay, let's see what we have here. Sorry if I'm rambling, but it's a good thing that I'm rambling. I'm not suffering from space madness or anything. I have you guys, whoever you. I believe that there's someone there, even though the eye does not say 1 or more, something more than 0. Alright, so this icy body is a very cold world. It's a cold world in this system. And our system is pretty hot. This week's supposed to be pretty hot in America. West Coast, huh? Okay, where's the other one? Oh, just have to keep going.
System scan complete.
Icy body. Alright, let's go.
Frameshift
Looks like
drive
we're
charging.
still... I don't know. I'm not sure we're still in the nebula. Because I did jump out 100 light years, and it's not that big. It's probably like 60, 75 light years across. Okay. Leaving on an Imperial Clipper. Doesn't work. Alright, someone's been to this one before. Let's see what they got.
System scan complete.
2 stars, are they? Nope, they're distant partners. So here's one thing to talk about. I just caught a listen to the Elite Dangerous podcast Fly to Sit with Malfour to Win and Psychit. They have a 3rd episode out, guys. I think they released it Monday and Wednesday. Or I don't know, they could just reward us commanders with a not a random but a surprise podcast. On this one it was crispy tater tots, and I apologize, but I do not know who crispy tater tot is. I only know YouTubers, and I'm pretty sure he's a streamer on Twitch. But if he's on YouTube, I apologize again. I don't know, like I really like the format of Flight Assist podcast, and it makes me feel that I want to be on the show. Just for getting the propaganda out of Elite Dangerous, and to tell my side of the story. And if you're watching this, you play Elite, and you're a commander too, you fly one of these ships, you have a story to tell too. It doesn't have to be a roleplay kind of story. Okay, how many was that? I was talking. I was rambling. I have to do the honking. 9? Okay, so somebody did picking here. Didn't eat the whole plate. Okay. Yeah, but again, like Fly Assist, I'm on the fence, man. One side of me wants to be a guest, but another side of me says, like, why be a guest? No one knows you. You only have 1 follower on Mixer. You have 15 subscribers on YouTube. Most people don't know you. But still, man, I've been a fan of Elite Dangerous. Yeah, I've been a fan of Elite Dangerous ever since it came out. I've actually heard of Elite Dangerous before it came out. I think when they did their Kickstarter, their campaign, they were still doing the campaign, where I heard about this game where it's like it's a flight simulator, but it's in space. You get to explore faraway reaches. Exploration is kind of one of the aspects that drew me into Elite. But then, like, I don't know, like the combat looked kind of cool. And then they said, oh, you can walk around in your ship. And well, now we know that it's coming in Odyssey in 2021. It's been 5 years already, and it's not here yet. But that was the draw. That was the draw that they had in the Kickstarter. And sadly, I was not very, very interested, or I wasn't too aware of the Kickstarter to be a backer. And I was probably not financially stable as I am right now, to have just put some money down in support of this development of this video game. Like, that was me back then. That was me 5 years ago. I was probably too much into myself. Then, like, when it came out, whoa. Actually, when I wanted to buy it, when I wanted to purchase it, it was like, it was already slated for Xbox One release, and also No, actually, that's the thing, yeah. It got released onto Xbox, but we didn't have Horizons yet. But still, it was so awesome. It was like, so I heard about it. So this is me, a video gamer. I play Call of Duty. I play, all these like action games. Like, I haven't like touched a HOTAS before. I don't know what like ins and outs of flying a vessel like this, like a plane or something. I wasn't too into Flight Simulator. And then like, but I kind of bought into the hype, but I wasn't too into the hype to look more further into it. And then it released, and then I didn't know about it until it was slated for Xbox One release. And then like, and then something just clicked, like, oh, I remember this from last year or something. One World versus Covered, that's what he was looking for. Okay. What's that over? Let me see it over. What's this over?
System scan complete.
There's this way. Alright. It's the second. Yeah, so I'm not sure when it came out, but when it did come out for Xbox One, I did purchase it. I did bought it, I did install it, I did play it. And back then I was playing with a controller, and the only thing I missed from the controller is the rumble. Like, you would jump into a system, you would jump in, I was actually doing some exploration back then. Not in the most seriousness as like right now, but I was doing exploration. I was jumping from system to system, and with the controller, you have the rumble packs inside the controller, giving you like sort of a feedback of like, oh, I'm in which base. It's all nice and dandy and smooth, but once you jump into a system, you drop out of which base, you get the rumble. You just don't get it with the HOTAS. Which Microsoft, whoever, or no, not Microsoft, but yes, Microsoft and Thrustmaster, they should make a 2.0 or another version of the HOTAS 1 with a rumble thing. That would be pretty cool. That would be pretty cool. Where your not only your throttle or your flight stick rumbles, but your table. Because my throttle and flight stick is on the table right now. And that would be pretty cool. Where you're jumping to so many systems, then you get tired, you get distracted, or you lose focus, and then you jump out of the system, and then if there's no rumble there, you're gonna go straight for the start because you're distracted. You're not looking at your screen.
Surface scanned.
That would be pretty cool though. Probably not gonna be possible though. No, not gonna be. Maybe as a mod, if somebody had that idea, the same idea that I have in my head, and engineer a custom one, maybe I'll buy it. Maybe I'll just look at it and see. That's so cool. Okay. Yeah. So what I was talking about? I was talking about when I first started Lead. This is me. This is me doing the interview right now. No one's interviewing me, but I know the questions. Well, the questions were. Question is, well, let me just check out the system first. Nope. That does not interest me. Okay. On to the next. So, yeah. So that's I think it was how and when did you first start getting to Elite? Or like heard about it? So I've heard about it when they had that Kickstarter, but I wasn't too interested in it to look more into it. But when it came out for Xbox One, like, oh, this is the game I remember from last year. And so I bought it. I was playing it. I wasn't that good, I was boobs. I was the noob who didn't know how to find the mail slot of the Coriolis system. And then, so I saw. Well, it wasn't in the real game. It was actually in the tutorial. Like, what? I don't understand. So I went to YouTube. I think went to YouTube or found something. Found some guide or something, and then, oh, that's where it is. Okay. There's nothing in here. Okay. On to the next.
Frameshift drive charging.
Yeah. So yeah, I was new, and then Horizons came out, and well, it was really buggy back then, even on console, where sometimes you would go to the other world. It doesn't have air because you see it on the system app, and then you drop, you head for the thing, and then you just drop into the extrusion zone. What? I thought the high horizons. I had this one thing. I was piloting an Imperial Clipper like this one, not as engineered as this one. I don't think engineers came out back then. Or was around back then. What do we have here? Let me just count this. I'll get back to that. How much was it? Looks like a teen here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 16, 17. Okay, there's more asteroids in there. Asteroid clusters. On to the next.
Drive charging.
We refueled. We're good to go. Okay, so yeah, so I've had problems with Horizons, where
4, 3, 2.
oh, I had this one problem where I couldn't. I was in my SRV. I had logged off, and I logged back on. I was still in the SRV. I was trying to get back into the ship. And the ship didn't recognize I was there. So I had to blow my SRV up and get back into the ship. Oh, that was weird. So yeah. Yeah, that's how it started. I'm not really getting into the details of every encounter and stuff. Like just until recently, I think it was just until like last year, I've been doing scripts for an episodic series that I wanted to do, but I didn't have the commitment or the energy to do it. But I still have that story. I still have the backstory of my character. If you go to anara.cz, I do have a short little snippet of a bio there for the commander named Danny Vega. And is this the only thing? Hold on. Yeah. Man, a lot of these stores are so lonely. They only have freaking. They only have these little rocks. They don't have any leads. They're like cold rocks floating in aimlessly. Not very inspiring, man. Bunch of rocks. What's the next level?
3, 2.
I have this little backstory of my character. But the whole story in a nutshell. So, Danny Vega was an orphan. He doesn't know where he was born. He doesn't know where he was born. I would like to think that he was born on Vega. Or, no. His last name wasn't Vega before. It was probably just Danny. Danny with no last name. Danny Doe. Like a John Doe. Alright. And so he's an orphan. I'm not sure how long he was an orphan for. But maybe he was like an orphan until 12. Maybe I would say 10. 10's a good number. Like he's a bigger kid, not a toddler, not a baby. Like maybe he knows some like street street smart or he's just a complete idiot. But he's not, into the years of puberty. And he gets adopted by this couple living. This couple, and I would probably say this is good. I haven't written this down yet. But it sounded like an idea in my head a little bit. But as I just thought of it, it sounds cool. So Danny Vega was actually born well, I would have to check if Vega. I know Vega is a star in the Milky Way that's near, or no, it's sort of like the North Star, like Polaris, but it's kind of on a different direction if the Earth axis was somewhere else, like maybe for like the southern hemisphere or something like that. But I would still have to check. But my idea was he was born on Vega, but his last name wasn't Vega yet. So he was an orphan. He was an orphan on an orphanage, and this couple, I would say, they're from a Federation system, a system in the Federation. They adopt this kid named Danny. He has no last name. He has no backstory on who his parents were, but they find him on Vega, and it sounds, that's what your name is. It's not just Danny; it's Danny Vega. And that in real world terms, that's actually my name. Danny with a Vega. I'm not gonna tell you my whole name, because that'd be, private, but yeah. So this couple, I'm not sure. I did have an idea that they were refugees, but my question is, were they refugees when they adopted Danny? Or did they adopt Danny and then were refugees? Because originally in my head, it was Danny Vega was adopted by a couple who were already refugees. Now, in the terms of like what a refugee is basically somebody who is seeking asylum in a different country, and they have fled their country of residence due to fill in the blank. It could be for political reasons, it could be for natural disaster. Yeah, it could be for like just
System scan
like
complete.
the state of the country, like poverty, or like basically like Mexicans, their country is like sort of like war torn, or they're seeking shelter, protection, or they're seeking the American dream, because the Mexican dream is like all filled with like cartels and like just like your like the next day is not guaranteed for them if they keep living there. So yeah, so like they were refugees. But how Danny comes into the Empire is because he lived there for most of his teenage life. So I would say his adoptive parents were from the Federation. I would say from the Federation or the Alliance, but that is kind of up in the air right now. So they're refugees from either of those two, and they go into like sort of indentured servitude, like, you know, imperial slaves, how, you know, it's not slavery in the Federation sense where, you know, you have a master, you have no rights, and you don't own property, but slaves in the imperial culture, now this is some lore. If you want to search this up, because don't take my word for it, it's in, you know, it's mentioned in Drew Wager's Premonition and Reclamation books, I think, and it's on the Elite Dangerous fandom wiki. So yeah, so imperial slavery is not like slavery in America, where the whites oppress the blacks. Imperial slavery is where, like, you know, say someone is in debt, right? Or yeah, they're indebted, they have something to be forgiven about, or like, you know, they commit a crime or something, and instead of like a criminal spending time in prison, they will maybe choose a stint as indentured servant, where they willingly become a servant to a higher power, or no, not higher power. That's actually, no, don't take that. No, somebody who has maybe the finances, or, you know, who is maybe a royalty, I guess, you know, because there is royalty in the Empire, not much like the Federation, where it's more of a democracy and stuff. So I've been on this Drokoi Tango Zeta Echo Beta 44 too long. And I've already let's see what the thing is first before I go into Imperial Servitude more deeper. So yeah, so, or like somebody has a debt, but they do not have the financial stability to pay off that debt, so they willingly employ themselves as a servant underneath somebody who does have the financial stability, who can you know, pay them as a servant, so that, you know, they can lift that person out of their debt, out of whatever transgression they did. So that, I would say, you know, like for I'm not sure if this is true, but I would say most indentured servants are over 18, where if you're legally as an adult, 3 bodies, and yeah, okay, good. So so you have to be 18 or older, or what the legal age for an adult is in the Empire. You have to be over that age in order to become indentured servant. If you're younger than that, I would say, like, they're refugees, they're indentured servants, they have custody over Danny. So, you know, Danny gets to live with them, Danny gets, you know, he gets, like, education, he gets protection, he gets shelter, wherever, you know, his adopted parents live. I'm not sure if they live on the same property as who they're indentured to, or, you know, they you know, they're like sort of not like a live-in resident who's a servant, like, you know, as how films portray servants are, but, you know, they have a house or something, they have a residence, they can pay for, you know, their utilities, they can pay for, and they can also pay off their debt by, you know, working as a servant or whatever is needed in that higher class person's household, you know. So Danny is not indentured servant per per se, because he's still a kid, he's still going through his teenage years, and so fast forward until he's of legal age to be an adult. He doesn't want to go into indentured servitude. He wants to go. He wants to because here's another thing. Here's a kind of cool story which I came up where eventually, by the time he's 18, right? I would say the legal age is 18 unless there's another source that says the legal age is something else.
System scan complete.
Okay, I'm not gonna open up the FSS for this one. Just gonna fuel up and go to the next one. So the story was where, well, I have come up not thinking of the indentured servant part, but just thinking of their status as refugees. They're seeking asylum. They get their citizenship, but they're I don't know. I have to write it down. I have to write this all in my head right now. But by the time he's 18, their adoptive parents pay off their debt already. They have already, done their time, done their service to a higher class member of society, and
Frameshift drive charging.
so now they're they don't have to stay in the Empire. They can, well, they probably do stay in the Empire, but they kind of stay on the fringes of it. How there's a bubble. If you see a different how power play is, all these bubbles where there are systems where they have influence. There's systems where they're exploited, and I would say their residence, wherever they live at, whatever star system their house is located at, is on the fringes between Superbot. I would say they're on the fringes of Empire space, and they can basically hop into a transport and go to another system, and it's Federation space. So this is kind of cool in a sense. This is a cool story, but it's sort of they're basically traveling. Danny's adopted mom and adopted father. Their business, sort of like their work or their careers, has them travel in and around. They're probably they were apprentices before. Now they're masters in the craft, or whatever craft it is. I haven't thought about it. Is this? There's only two in the system, right? Do another honk. This is hard. It's hard streaming. Hard focusing on my info panel up there in the top right, and just talking about this stuff. But I'm doing it. On to the next. So Danny's adopted parents are, I would say, maybe they're craftsmen, or how they're more blue collar workers. They're electrician, or I would say maybe the father works on ships. Knows every ship there is in the galaxy. He's worked on Fer-de-Lances before. He's worked on past explorers, DBXs. Even worked on the Anaconda. At one time, he's worked for the Imperial Navy before, on a temporary job as a temp. He's worked with Kudamaya extensively. That's another connection with Danny and liking Kudamaya ships. That's why he has Imperial Clipper right now. I didn't see that. It's hard to focus. I can only focus on the top, bottom left, and the center. So there's 10. So okay, good. So yeah. So he's worked. He's an aircraft maintenance guy, maybe. His mother, I need to think about her but she too has to travel for it. So in the, I wouldn't say that like there's no opportunities for them in Empire space. They're maybe like taking odd jobs here and there. They don't have any like vices, like the father isn't an alcoholic or anything like that. But like, yeah. So I would say Danny's favorite pastime was like, you know, hanging out in the starport waiting for his father to come back from work. Because that would happen. I would say, you know, they didn't live on the planet. They didn't live planet side. But oh, here's the distinction between parent and adoptive child. Danny, in the terms used by The Expanse, if you watch that show, I recommend it. 4 seasons on Amazon Prime. It's slated for a 5th season, and I really wanted it to come out already. But ooh, Waterworld, Undiscovered. Yes, yes, cool, man. Ooh, ABC. Okay, so yeah, so Danny Vega, in Expanse terms, is an Earther, meaning he was born on a planet. He was born on the planet. Okay. So now, Danny's adoptive parents, they would be considered a Belter. They would be considered Belters, or maybe like a sort of in between Belter and Earther, where they you know, they're like they're more frail, but you know they can adapt to zero-G environments. I would say that the father extensively works in zero-G environments because he has to work on ships. Sometimes he has to dismantle ships in zero-G in the vacuum of space, rather than in a hangar. And yeah.
System scan complete.
I'm not saying that there's no opportunities in the Empire. It's just that, you know, I would say they would have their reasons for traveling to work like that. And it's tragic. Well, the next part of the storyline is, so Danny, you know, decides that he wants to be a pilot. So he enrolls in the Imperial Academy. Well, no, first he goes into the Pilots Federation Academy, if there is, because, like, how do these newbies get a ship in the first place? If you watch, there is this, like, oh, if you don't know, there was a video contest for content creators and videographers for Elite Dangerous. You just have to use any assets in Elite Dangerous. It could be combat, could be storytelling, it could be like humor, as Shibuka and Turgeon did. They did somewhat like oh, you're a new pilot, thank you for graduating, or congratulations for graduating from the academy, if there is an academy, if there is a Pilots Federation Academy, if there's an Imperial Navy Academy. So like, so another thing that, like, you know, like, what is the backstory of these commanders? What is their history? Like, how did they learn how to fly? So so Danny, oh, first I have to do super cruise assist and then approach this. Looks like it's the nearest one in the system to me. So Danny decides that, no, I don't want to be a traveling merchant, or I don't want to be a traveling craftsman, or somebody who just does odd jobs from system to system. No, I want a real, you know, I want a stable career, but I do want to fly ships too. So I want to be a pilot. And so when he is of age, he has graduated high school or whatever, secondary school. He enrolls first in the Pilots Federation. Yeah, the Pilots Federation Academy or whatever is equivalent. Then he enrolls in the Imperial Navy, and he becomes sort of like a cadet or whatever, like the bottom rung of the rank ladder. And then, so by then, he already has a ship. He already has a as explorer. He still has a Cobra, or maybe he sold that for money. But that is sort of the last chapter of the first part of his story. Now the next one I probably told you, but I will tell in another stream. But I need a drink. Oh, speak of the devil! Speak of the planet that's right in front of me, which I'm approaching right now, which is undiscovered. It's a water world, guys. Look at this. Look at this. This is now, I did watch a video on Interstellar that there was a water world where they thought giant waves were mountains, but it could be something like this. It was a water world. There was no land at all. It was all water, all around the globe. And as I said, I need a drink. Oh, Odyssey, wouldn't you come any more sooner and have water worlds to sort of graze and not sink our ship on, but let us get a good taste of H2O. Even if, well, only if there is H2O now. So, this is what to do as well. This is probably terraformable. No, it's not. But it's a good idea to look at. Oh, yes! That's terraformable. That's not. That's too cold. So I'm gonna select this and scan it. Oh, it's 2,000 light years away. I mean, 2,000 light seconds away. Ooh! Nope! Do not want to do that. That's the bad move right there. Actually, I'm gonna take out Super Cruise Assist. And because we're actually too close to the planet now, we need to be in, not in the kilometers per second, but in the seas. The seas candy. And it's about, I'm not sure how long I've been streaming, because it still says 1 minute on this left box. So what time is it right now? Oh yeah, I remembered. It was like 5:07. 5:07 in the afternoon when I sort of started streaming. So now it's 6:36. So, all right, it's been like an hour and a half already. Okay, I'm aimlessly piloting my ship. Now let's go to this ABC-1. Alright, farted. That's 11:36 for me. So I'll probably end it around 12. So that's like a 30 minutes. We'll see how. Well, I haven't even checked. You have 143 jumps to the system where the DSSA Ironside is. DSSA Ironside is one of 2 or 3 fleet carriers now stationed in the Hawkins Gap region. And if you guys want to check out or want to track which fleet carriers are operational, which fleet carriers are making their way to their destination, go to the Frontier forums or just search DSSA Elite Dangerous, and you'll probably get the forum post as the first result. Don't mind that screaming. It's my sister in the other room. So if you find that forum post, you can scroll down. There is a link to a Google Doc that has sorry, I have somebody knocking on my door. I'm back. I'm back. Oh, here's a question I want to ask you guys, whoever is watching this offline. How is COVID-19 where you guys are at? Are you watching this in the States, like where I am, West Coast, East Coast, mid-states? Or are you in a different country right now, like Canada or Japan? Konnichiwa. I really like Japanese stuff. That's why I named my ship after a fox. Or no, not fox. A fox deity. Fox god. Kitsune. I didn't call it Ninetales though, but I do like Pokemon. I do like that Pokemon. Yeah, so how is the quarantine going? Us, in our county right now, I live on the West Coast, Bay Area, San Francisco Bay Area. In my county, we are sort of like in a phase 2, and to my knowledge, phase 2, they're reopening businesses. Some restaurants are open their doors for dine-in customers, like Burger King. But you have to, they're still mindful of social distancing.
Surface scanned by 50%.
Yeah. So, is it different, or is it the same? I know, like with phase 3, pools open. Like I work at a hotel, and our pool has been closed for an indefinite amount of time. And phase 2, we can't open our pool, or it's up to the manager, up to the corporate, if you want to open that up. So we could still be in phase 3, or we could be in phase 3 right now, and the pool's not open yet. So how is it? Are you guys in a state of emergency? Because I know Japan was in a state of emergency, but they just, I think recently, maybe a week or a couple weeks ago, they lifted that. Now, people are still, wearing masks in public. People are still mindful. Some people are mindful of social distancing. But schools are back open. Students are now going back to school in person in Japan. So, I watch a lot of Only in Japan, Life Where I'm From, Tokyo Lens, Abroad in Japan. Yeah. But how is it in other countries where people play Elite Dangerous? I know some Filipinos in the Philippines it's quite different. I've heard from a friend that if you don't know, the capital of the Philippines is Manila. And if you look it up, Manila used to be a very polluted, very traffic congested city, but with the state of emergency or quarantine order they get from the president or whatever, like less cars are out on the road. like the main method of
Systems
transportation is by bicycle, and I don't mean like a bike with a motor, bike that you pedal yourself. Like the main mode of transportation is a bicycle, meaning there's no carbon monoxide exhaust. There's no well, there's probably less traffic than there was maybe last year. So, and with traffic, you still have those cars on idle, and they're still spewing out exhaust from their mufflers.
Frameshift drive charging.
So with less of cars on the road, the city has now become more cleaner. It's more, I would say, more refreshing. And how I would like to see that, being a Filipino myself, seeing that, experiencing than how I experienced it. It was last year now. Last year I went for a month. And yeah, so yeah, it's very different, very different. It's not, we're not going back to normal anytime soon. That's really dangerous. I think the last one was a Key Tourist time. Good thing I didn't run out of fuel. And yes, no one has discovered this system yet. Yes. It's a rubber cold system though. And look, we're in the new sector. It's still in Jaco? Yeah. Jaco. What is it? Because I am only going to stream for like 2 hours or so. I'm surprised I haven't fallen asleep yet. I'm just talking. I'm just blabbering my mouth right now. Hopefully this broadcast comes to you without any issues, any jitters, any buffering. Otherwise, the Mixer app or wherever you watch Mixer on puts this animated thing that says, "Oh, this guy's experiencing technical difficulty," or your connection or the connection is shoddy at best. Okay, so that's done. Not many stars, so there's probably gas giants and icy bodies. This is gas giant. Alright, let me get focused and let's cover all these planetoids. Is there anything else I could talk about? How I wish I would want a watcher of stream put something in the chat right now and give me a topic for me to speak about. And I'm talking about live watchers, not people who are offline watching this some other time, not right now. So I need a topic because I'm all out of topics. What did I talk about? I talked about Fly This Is podcast earlier. I talked about roleplay aspects or my backstory of who Commander Vega is. I could go through the questions, but I feel like I want to do that some other time. And it's kind of tying into the second part of the backstory for Danny Vega, so I'll leave that for another stream, another time. Okay. I know there's another video by Obsidian Ant that just came out, just got released on YouTube. I don't wanna bog down the internet right now. I can't say I'm taxing the internet right now with Elite Dangerous up, but it will tax it even more if I have YouTube up while I'm streaming. And I don't want to be distracted right now. I'm almost done. I'm like halfway through the system. Yes, I have 16 tons of tritium in my harbor hold. Last time I only had 16 tons of... No, I had 10 tons of limpets. And a useless... And I say useless collector limpet controller. Because what am I gonna do to collect? There's no signal sources out there. There's no degraded or encoded emissions. There's no like battle aftermath or debris field anywhere. And at the time, I didn't even have a SRV in my ship. So, collector limit controller out here, where there's not a lot of signal sources. It's kind of useless, so I would say it's useless. So instead, I opted for a cargo rack. Cargo rack does not take any power from your power plant. It just, it weighs your ship down. I only lost about 2 light years off my jumps, but I'm still above 40, which is still good. So I'm able to fill that cargo hold up, and I still have room for a Class 2 planetary hangar, so I can fit the SRV in there. So I can, instead of like flying around, I can just drop down to a planet, hopefully not a geosite, and I just look for things on my wave scanner and find things I can blow up and harvest materials needed. So like, yeah, so if you guys don't know, if you haven't played Elite Dangerous in a while, we do have like material gathering, and we have synthesis where you can use those materials for certain things. I don't have munitions, so this is all, there's no highlighted boxes to the right, but I do have materials for FSD injection. This one, as you see on the bottom right, basic will give me a 25% distance. So what's 25% of 45? 11 maybe. And then if I go for a standard, I can't have a standard though. Oh wait, I can. Sorry. Standard, it will have a plus 50% distance, so it'll be, what's half of 45? 22. So 22 more light years to my jumps. And for an FSD injection, it's only for one jump. And if you use that supercharge or whatever, that bonus to your jump, and you jump, you have to synthesize it again. And then premium will give me 100% distance, so basically doubling, I think, my jump range to 90. But the thing is, look at the cost, and look at the materials needed. So for standard and basic, it's pretty much the same. I have 54 injections, but for standard, there's more. It costs more materials than basic. And for premium, wow! Since I only have 6 polonium, I can only do 6 injections for a premium FSD injection. So other synthesis I have, I can make limpets, but I have no room to store them. I can make 4 at a time, but it's kind of not, it's not even worth it. It's 10 iron, 10 nickel, and like iron and nickel are basic materials. You can find them basically anywhere. But 10 for 4. And how much are limpets nowadays? Like 1,000 credits for limpet? I would rather spend 1,000 credits for a limpet than spend 10 units of nickel, 10 units of iron for 4. That's kind of weird. So AFM, I have an AFMU or an auto field maintenance unit. Well, actually I have two, actually, right? I have two. One 3A, one a 3D. Okay, got it. And then AFM refill, heat sinks, I have heat sinks, but I only have 7, so I have to use it wisely. Okay, and then life support is only basic, and I have 137, but I don't really need that. I probably just need that for if my canopy blows out, and the chances of that happening out here very, 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 very low. Okay, let's jump. I'm in. We're 300C already. Okay, so talking too much about synthesis. Ooh, looks like I have to go. Let's just see what the next one does. I have 7 minutes. 7 minutes! Or maybe, yeah, 7 minutes. It'll be a little under 2 hours. Let's see. There's any notable sites. Oh, yeah. So back to the Flight Assist podcast. So the guest who was on there was Crispy Tater Tot, and one of the resources he uses for exploration, well, one was EDSM, that's a given, but another one was this one I haven't heard about. It's Elite Dangerous Observatory, and like listening to him, well, it's mainly for searching for any notable POIs in the system, or any system that you jump to. And I'm asking, is it registered POIs or undiscovered POIs? So that's one thing to consider, but I am considering using that thing or trying to research it. Because like, it sounds pretty cool. ED Observatory. Like resources I use, I sometimes use Anara for just random things. I use EDDB.io for mostly market stuff, commodities, and like some BGS stuff. I use Elite BGS when I'm doing BGS. If you don't know what BGS is, it's background simulation. It's working with minor factions, giving them influence, undermining other factions, getting factions to match and influence, and for the match, depending on what their government is, they'll either go into a war, a civil war, or an election. Like, say, if it's like a patronage government or a democracy. Now, if it's anarchy or dictatorship or totalitarian, I think is a possible one, they will go to war or civil war. Or I'm not sure which one goes into civil war. Was it like a democracy or something? I don't know what the civil war is. I haven't been in the BGS for a while, but the faction I run with, which is mostly on PC, not many console console players with that faction, but you know, they accept me into their Discord, and I'm still part of the Discord, still part of their faction. I still fly their flags on my ship and showcase it sometimes in my videos. So and what was I talking about? So BGS. So yeah, like their main, well, they do cater to explorers, or maybe they used to, but their really into the background simulation. Like they take a priority towards the background simulation. And I'll probably say it. Maybe in the next stream I'll reveal who they are. If you're listening to this, you're watching my stream right now, you probably know who they are. If you've been a fan of Elite Dangerous, well, you probably heard their name in mention. Maybe saw a live stream that mentioned had the leader of the faction as a guest. Okay, what's the next one though? It's a thing. That one's probably the most interesting thing in this system. Oh, that way. Yeah, that's how you do it. Flight stick. But no. On to next.
Drive charging.
139 jumps. Where's the neutron stars at, man? Still saying I've been streaming for 1 minute. It's glitched out, man. It's been the longest minute ever. Okay, let's see what we got. Let's see the fuel. Okay. A little glitch with my nav panel there. Looks like I'm going over, but this will be the last system. I'm just gonna explore it, gonna scan it. And maybe if there's something to land, I'll land there and just end the stream right there. Thank you for being on the stream, or thank you for watching this offline. Thank you for not minding my ramblings. Or you know, or actively listening, selectively listening, or running this on the background while you're doing something else. That's fine. I don't really care. But if you do, I appreciate it. If you're actively listening, I appreciate it. But if you're not actively, you're just selectively listening. That's okay. You can do your own thing. I'm not the boss of you. So, yeah. Undiscovered system, man. Undiscovered system. I don't care if it's like an M-class system. And I don't care if these are icy worlds. I'm gonna scan it. I'm gonna put my name on this. Blaze my own trail, man. Alright. Where are we going? Argon. 100% argon atmosphere. I bit my lip, now it's bleeding. Taste it. Tastes like hemoglobin.
System scan complete.
Oh, neon, 100% neon. No volcanism. Oh, sorry, don't do that. Wrong button. System map button, please. Let's see. Rocky Ice World. Yeah, let's go there. Is there any? Well, there is one. There's a mountain S thing. It doesn't look that. Looks like a pimple. Looks like a pimple. That's a vine. It's a vine, man. Oh wait, which one is that? That was 2A. All right, let's go. probably no volcanism on it, but that's fine. I'm just seeking a place to rest my Kitsune Maru Mark II. 왔습니다. Stevie Aoki. Alright, time to work. Probably just need 3.
Surface scanned by 50%. Surface scan complete.
Nothing. I'm just gonna see where that... There's a mountain range right there. I can go to that. And it's sort of on the light side, no shadows. Alright, let's go. There is a canyon right there. Oh my gosh. So scary. Diving straight into the planet.
Engaged.
Alright. I'm gonna go to that one peak right there. Now, I really like rocky ice worlds because they usually have these crystal-like mountainous formations on the surface. You just have to know where to look. Wow, just dropping in. Oh, that one looks crazy. I look like a pimple on the surface map, but in real time. Now sometimes the rocky ice worlds will be really icy looking, like it would be, you know, your typical white high albedo bright surface, like a bright cyan or a bright light blue, and then these peaks would be like in a different stark contrast color, like an orange, but still look like a crystal almost. And there goes my delay. Trying to scan for, not really scan, but see how the thing is. It's like Eagle Vision, Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I've been playing that a little bit, where it like sort of like the maps surroundings around you, like it gives a scan and tells you like what the dark tunnel is shaped like before you enter it without any light. Slow down. Yeah, I did put that ship kit piece. I still don't know what, because I had that piece before on the back, but it didn't look really nice. I'm looking at like third person from the back, so I just put that just for the heck of it. Yeah, so I'm just gonna take a picture, or maybe I just do a scale. I can't really do like a really far back thing. Oh, that doesn't look weird. Well, that looks weird. I have to do something like that. Or not. Maybe something like that, or it doesn't even see the landing gear come down and have no shadow at all. The back one doesn't look. Yeah, that is probably just fine right there. Still get the thing in the shot though. Yeah, okay. Take a screenshot, baby. Alright. Thank you for watching. This has been Commander Danny Vega, broadcasting somewhere in the block. I'll see you guys next time.